My name is Rebecca Wishnevski. I am a museum programs coordinator at the Kentucky Historical Society, and today we are here at the Thomas D. Clark Center for Kentucky History, located on Broadway in historic downtown Frankfort. So we are here today to talk about Garret Morgan and really to celebrate his lasting legacy on our day-to-day life. So Garret Morgan is really well known for his traffic stoplight. He was born in Paris, Kentucky, African-American descent. Actually, both of his parents were enslaved and were freed by the time he was born. So he lived his life with an elementary school education. That's how he maneuvered through. He went to working in factories, and he started noticing problems, whether it was people being injured, and societal issues, and he sought to address them. And a lot of the ways he did that was through inventing. One of the biggest things that we like to focus on is his invention of the fire hood. So the fire hood was designed, it has like an elephant trunk design to it, and it came about because Garret Morgan noticed that firefighters were spending more time coughing outside than going inside and rescuing people because they couldn't breathe with smoke inhalation. So he designed a prototype. It was patented in 1914. And then while he's living in Cleveland, Ohio, there is a disaster. There was a group of gentlemen actually tunneling under Lake Erie in 1916 trying to get fresh water, and there's an explosion, natural gas. He and his brother grab prototypes of his fire hood and actually go and rescue all of these people. He's able to save two of them and recover, sadly, those who had already passed away. But only one newspaper even noted him as being a hero, and it actually really negatively affected his business because in the photograph you can see him, which we do have on display, you can see that he's an African-American gentleman, and he had actually had to lie to people and hire an actor who was white to be Garret Morgan, and he would show up as an assistant and do demonstrations to show that his inventions actually worked. So not only a brilliant man who wanted to solve problems, but also an excellent entrepreneur, which isn't the case for all of our inventors that we cover. But he was extremely successful, and we like to celebrate him. Today, we're working on teaching families about that same inventive process, specifically patents and prototypes and models and things like that. The Gadgets and Gizmos experience, which will be taking place every Saturday throughout February, starts off the first chunk you're actually in a Kentucky Journey, which is our permanent exhibit. You get to experience a touch cart and really see some of the ideas that came from Garret Morgan. More advanced versions. We don't have the original prototypes on hand, sadly. You'll get to experience that, have a tactile experience in there. Our wonderful educator, Olivia McCants, will walk you through that inventive process, and then you'll head on over to the classroom space where you will get to actually create your own patent. So you'll have a little bit of a presentation ahead of time to get an idea of what that patent process is like, see examples of patents, and then you create your own. And arguably, I think the funnest part is you get to use art straws to create your own prototype for your own invention that you can take home. I really hope that families walk away with a couple of things. One of the things is that genius, it doesn't matter where you grew up, what your background is, genius can be found with a little hard work and some science. You can really solve problems in the world. Garret Morgan noticed problems in his everyday life and sought to fix them, and he used science to do that. He had an elementary education. He was a person of color in a time period where nobody really wanted to affiliate with him, especially in the South and areas like Kentucky. So I'm really hoping that it gets people thinking about ways that they can solve problems and not just see them and be annoyed by them, because that's what inventors do. They seek to create a better world for us, and Garret Morgan surely did that in a time period where it wasn't easy for him to do that. Our Gadgets and Gizmos experience will be taking place every Saturday at 11 a.m. all throughout the month of February. So there are a couple of slots left. Be sure to come on down and see us. We love to have you, and we love learning with you.